Hello, hello. So welcome everyone. I'm so excited. Just running a little bit late. I was trying to change location as my usual live location has been changed just so I can demonstrate a lot of the things that we need to cover today in today's training. First of all, welcome to Let's Talk Beauty. This is a live where I go live training once a month, first Friday of the month. That's what's been scheduled. First Friday of the month, of every single month, that I'll go live inside our Facebook group, Facebook page, as well as YouTube. So if you're tuning in from anywhere, Facebook, YouTube, please drop a hello, drop a comment and say hello to me. It would be good. As well as, I'm just going to check if anyone, yeah, if you're watching from Facebook group, I didn't send a link, so I might not be able to see your name. But anyway, let's continue. So as I was saying before, Let's Talk Beauty is going to be scheduled once a month on the first Friday of every month, and it'll be different topics covering from skills, techniques to growing your business, marketing, social media. It's most requested. All these topics are going to be the most requested topics that I've spoken to other lash techs and other business owners. So I'm excited to share all that. Also, if you have not joined me for the 30 tips in 30 days challenge inside my Facebook group, I will leave the link down below after this live and you can join. So we're on day 5 at the moment. So for the next 30 days, I will be dropping a tip a day. So like bite-sized tip where you can implement and practice. If you're new or existing lash tech, you can use these tips to practice or to master your skills and technique or grow your business. So I'll be sharing tips from skills, techniques, to business, to marketing, to social media. So the next 30 days is going to be full of golden nuggets that I'm sure you'll find valuable and very useful as well. So if you don't know me, my name's Anna. I'm an Australian accredited trainer, beauty trainer here in Australia, as well as an online educator, lash artist. So I've been in the industry for almost 20 years now, I think coming up to 20 years, as well as 12 years in the lash industry. So it has been a very long time. Started lashing when it was in little containers of loose lashes of 2.0s and 2.20s or and 0.25. So it's quite thick. So I've seen the industry transform from, very new to where established where it is right now. So I've seen it all, as well as I've been a trainer and a business owner for about 10 years now. So growing my own business from home, as well as training students. I actually started as a nail tech. I love nails, nail art. So I started doing nails and working in salons. And later on decided I want to teach. I love teaching, and it was something I loved doing more so than working in a salon. And that's when I started teaching, got my certificate, accredited certificate to teach as well. And then I opened my own home business as well as working as a trainer, beauty trainer as well. So that's just a little bit about me. Now I spend a lot of my time mainly teaching face-to-face in group courses, as well as online mentoring to help you as lash artists and aspiring lash artists and business owners grow their skills, business, and income. So let's get on to today's topic, which is how to speed up your lashing procedure without compromising. The reason what I'm saying without compromising is because I've seen a lot of people, they want to speed up their lashing procedure. However, they're compromising quantity over quality. And with me, I actually prefer quality instead of quantity. There are ways you can speed up your lashing process without having to compromise that quality. And as a service provider, I totally understand the importance of speed. The reason why you want to speed up or make your service a bit faster is, one, as a service provider, time equals money. You're getting paid for that time. So if you're taking too long to do a set of lashes, it's time, it's money. So you could be making, but at the same time, I don't want you to be thinking that, I got to do it faster to actually bring in more money, because you can work out what your hourly base rate is. And once you work out your hourly base rate, you would charge the set of lashes or nails or whatever it is based on your experience and your hourly base rate. So you're not really making a loss, if that's what I mean. The second reason why you want to improve your skill is everyone has a busy schedule these days. Everyone's very, very busy. We're all running around, and you want to have a time frame for each of the treatment that you're providing to your customers, because if you're taking too long here, too short here, one time too fast, next time you're doing it faster, it's inconsistent. Being inconsistent, that means clients cannot predict how long you'll take to leave that service out for them to get your lashes done. It really, having all these reasons, it really doesn't mean I want you to rush your work either. And also another thing I really want to make, want you to remember also is, don't compare where you are. Don't compare your skill level. Don't compare your expertise to somebody else's expertise, because, to be honest, I was like that. I was comparing, like, wow, I want to be where they are. I want to do what they're doing, or I want to have a perfect business before I can make it, show off. But you know what? Everyone has a day one. Everyone starts off with day one. And until you actually start off with a day one, you won't see your improvement as you're going along. If you start off like amazing, you'll have to push further to get into perfectionism. But if you start off rough and start off messy, you can see yourself improve as you go along. I do also believe in quality of quantity, like I said before. I've never been a support for artists that speed up their work in salons, and I also don't believe what they're saying as well, because if they can do a full set of lashes in half an hour, 45 minutes, or what I've heard, it is possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is possible. However, you will have to, remove certain things out, like you're compromising quality over quantity. That's one. Or they might not be doing the whole process. They might lashing only maybe 50% of the lashes, not 100% of the natural lashes. Also, you don't know about their retention as well. Are there clients coming in every half an hour, every week or every 2 weeks? That's also you need to take into consideration when you are hearing things like that. We all work at our own speed. We are at our own level of the journey. So I don't recommend anyone rushing to get to where other people is. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get into the 7 tips, 7 ways that you can speed up your lashing procedure. I have got a few things set up here already, so I'm going to just start. The first one, I'm sure you've heard of all of it before, which is set up your products and equipment ahead of time. So you have no idea how important it is to actually set up your workspace ahead of time. Hence, that's why when I book my clients in, I don't book back to back. When I was doing nails, I do book back to back, is because I'm sitting right there. I've got different tools and equipment that I could just disinfect straight away, and I'll go straight onto with the next client. With lashes, however, there are customization. Every client has different lengths, curls, thicknesses that you need to consider. So having that, actually, I'll need that time to prepare each client, having the set. So I'll show you how I've got this set up. I'm just going to share my screen here. Okay. So as you can see, I have my lashing station set up. So I've got, yeah, my tweezers. So just give me a second. I think it's turned off on me. Yeah, it has. Just give me a second. This is what happens when you do everything yourself. It makes it so hard. And now just going to share. See if it's there. Yes, it is. So now, all right. So if you can see, yeah, no, it was a dead screen, and I tried to put my hands there and show, but I didn't see my hand, so I was quite shocked with my hand. Just gonna lock that in, so it doesn't. Yep. Okay. And so the first tip I was going to say is about setting up your products and equipment ahead of time. With my products, I have, as you can see here, I have a tray. This is on a lamp, as you can see, just here on my lamp. That's attached. And this is where I put all my tools and equipment. And then I've got my little little yoga block here. This is where I put all my trays, lash trays that I need, my glue, whatever it is that I need here. And then on the other side, it's going to be quite messy. Just gonna, I'm going to show you. Then I've got all my tools, my gadgets, my everything that I need. It's quite busy. And then I've also got my phone tripod. So as you can see, I have around me when I'm working. I've got lash tweezers, and then I've got products on the left and lashes on the right. And when I'm actually doing clients, these are the things I really need to be mindful of, because when I'm setting it up, it's so important. It is super, super important for me to have everything set up exactly the way I want, because when I'm lashing, there is no time for me to run around and get the products, because I want to be quick about it. Number two is setting up my pre-made fans short on the left and on the right, going from shorter to longer. What I mean, I'll show you what I mean. So for example, back to here. So I've got these pre-made fans. As you can see, there's number 12, 13, and 14. 12, 13, and 14. Now, I've seen a lot of people, what they do is they just place whatever length they want around. How I do it is I set up the shortest one on the left and then going up to the right. What I mean is, if this is number 12, I'll have it here. Number 13, I have it here. Number 14, I have it here. So if I am moving up, I know the first one will always be the shorter length. So if I'm working with a client with a set of lashes that's using number 12, I know it is in the first set, the first lot, the first box, I should say. Whereas if I need the second lot, it will be there, and the third lot will be there. If I move up another size, for example, I do size 15. 15 will probably here. I remove number 12. This is 13, 14, and then I'll put 15 here. I'll always be putting it side by side in an order. That way I don't need to think about what number it is that I am doing. I just pick up the lashes from there, because mentally I know that is the number that I need, because it's in order. So just like if you were to do your trays as well, your trays, it's in order. So when it's in order, you automatically know, if you're doing 11, you know the bottom one is number 12. Okay, so try that out and let me know what you think. Number three is create the backbone of your lash set first. So what do I mean by a backbone? So what I mean is, if you lash the upper layers first, so I'm going to move, just going to move the angle to here. Okay. So if I'm lashing, what I mean by backbone is, say for example, this is 9, 10, 11, and this is 10, 11, 10, 9, 8, and then 8. Okay. So if I was to lash this, what I'll be doing is I'll be placing only the top layer. In other words, I need to frame the lash first. Framing the set of lashes. So I'll be placing it on the top layer. And I'm really doing it really, really quickly as well, mind you. I'm not being so particular to get 100% lash coverage at this moment, because I'm only lashing the first layer. It's just the structure of the set of lashes only. Then once I have that set of structure with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 10, 9, 8. If I am lashing just the structure, I've got the structure already. The rest of it is just adding it onto the bottom layers. That's it. That is one. That is what I meant by adding the backbone of the lash. Also, another tip that I highly recommend when you're lashing, if you're lashing the backbone, what I do is I alternate between this set and this eye and that eye. So I would divide it up into 3 sections. As much as this is in the lash map, but I'll divide this into 3. So this is 1, 2, and 3. The reason being is, if I'm lashing in zone 1 here, I'll apply lashes here, and then I'll move to zone 1 here. Then I'll go to zone 2, and then I'll do zone 2, zone 3, and then I do zone 3. I alternate between each eye. 1, it avoids stickies. You're not going to cause any stickies because you're not lashing them right next to each other. Secondly, it gives it time for it to dry, as well as it comes with the next tip. The next tip is using a timer. So what I do is I apart from zoning your set, your section, zoning section out of from your lashes, I put a timer for 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, the time will go off, but I don't look at the time because I know subconsciously I will know that if the timer goes off once, that's half an hour. Timer goes off 2 times, 3 times, that's an hour and a half gone already. So what I do within the first half an hour, I lash the first inner corners. So inner corner here, inner corner, in alternate. I alternate between sides. The first 30 minutes that go off, I'll go to the second zone. Or if I'm doing 8, 9, 10 here, they are the same size as 8, 9, 10 here. I would lash this area along with this area. At the so zone 1 first, and then this will be zone 2. So I'll be lashing within the first half an hour. I'll lash zone 1 for 30 minutes. Then I switch as soon as the timer goes off. I lash into zone 2 because I'm using the same. If they're not the same number, you can lash middle, outer. It's up to you. But I want you just to lash in zones, because that half an hour, you've only got that half an hour for you to complete your set, do as much as you can in that half an hour without having to look at the time. So you'll have your set within an hour and a half, because if you divide it half an hour, and half an hour, you've got an hour and a half for that full set. If you're talking about full coverage, you're going to lash as much as possible. Some people don't have a lot of lashes. Then what you can do is lash in that half an hour, 1.5 hour, 1 hour, whatever you can do that looks quite good. If your client has a lot more lashes than that, then what you want to do after an hour and a half is add whatever it is that you want to add more for a fuller look, depending on your client's request as well. So that's what I do. Every half an hour, change over, zone 1, zone 2, and the final zone. Once I've done with the an hour and a half, that's when I would literally go in and just lash whatever's left over. And trust me, it is so fast. Once you've got the backbone, laying the backbone of it, and then you go into zones. Now, by when I say backbone of it, what I also mean is you can either do the backbone or do the zone. So you can't really do both unless once you get used to it, you will get faster at it, and then you'll be able to kind of speed up a little bit more. But yeah, you can do the backbone. And when I mean by backbone is I'm literally just, I don't have any glue right now. But yeah, I'll be placing just right next to each other. I'm not looking for any lashes that's underneath. I'm literally just doing the top layer only. And then I might spend about, I don't know, half an hour doing that, half an hour just doing the backbone, and then I'll do zones. And when I'm doing zones, I'm talking about within that half an hour, both sides is only 15 minutes. So I'm doing 15 minutes on each side, as much as I can. So altogether, you could complete a full, I'm talking about 100% full coverage within 2 hours of making your own fans. If you're doing volume fans, pre-made, pro-made ones, it could be faster. Just depends on, like I said, my tip before, when you are laying it out in order. Okay. The next tip that I want to share with you, how you can lash faster also, is the PIP method. If you haven't heard of the PIP method, it's called pick, isolate, and place. This is my own method that I teach my students. I came up with this method when students were struggling with isolation, picking, and tipping. And I wanted to see how or what can I do to show them how to lash faster, or go what order to help them. So what I did was I came up with a PIP method. That way I am able to show them exactly what it is, the order that they need to be following. So I do pick, isolate, and place. So if you want a clear explanation of it, you can check out in day four tip inside Lash Tech Tips Facebook group community. That was the tip that I shared yesterday in regards to the PRP method. That I guarantee having the PRP method has helped my students tremendously, because they know exactly, okay, so I've got to pick first. I pick first, I isolate, and then I place. Because you know, if you're if say you isolate first and then you go and pick your lashes, you go pick up your lashes, and then you look around for your glue, you might have lost your isolated lash already. That's one of the reasons why I say about pick first. So you'll be picking up your lash, pick up your classic lash first, because I'm just taking it out. So you'll be picking up your lash, then you isolate. And when you isolate, you might be asking, hang on, Anna, my tweezer's already holding, I can't isolate with it, which is fine. You've got your fingers. So I use my fingers. The reason why I don't have nails on now is because when I do have nails and I show students this, they say, oh, Anna, it's because you've got nails, you can do that. I want to demonstrate to you that you don't need nails and you can use your finger to actually isolate. Okay. So yeah, this is what you do. Literally, you'll be able to lift up the lashes and find and support the isolated tweezer. See, just use the nails, the fingers, and it really helps with isolation. My students love this method. And then you dip the glue and then you place it on. Yeah, so it's quite easy. Once you get the hang of it, it is very easy. All right, so we've gone through the timer. Lash in second. The last one is, yes, the last part is, I kind of touched up a little bit about it before, is using the same length, depending on which area you're using. So what I wrote was lash using the same lengths that are on the same map, that are on the map for the inner and the outer corner. So if I was lashing a map, a full set, my map goes 8, 9, 10, 11. Here, there's 10, 9, and 8 as well. So I've got the same numbers here, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. So if I've got my number, say, just imagine this is number 8, and if this was number 8, I would use number 8 as well. I'll lash here as well as out here, which is similar to what I was explaining before, where you lash inner corners and the outer corners at the same time. That way, you go 9 and 9, 10, 10, alternating each area. You're hitting two areas at the same time. That way you're not, you know, if you're using pre-made fans, you're not opening, closing, and then putting it away. And then when you get to number 8, 9, 10 again, you get it out again. And then, you know, it makes it a lot of confusion. So the less things that you have to do, the better. So to me, it's more like about the less stuff that you have to do, the more organized you are, the better. The better you have, the more chances of you having to lash faster. You're able to lash faster, and you're more organized as well. Also, I'll just review what I said. Preparation. Again, preparation is key. Organize all your products, your lengths, your thicknesses, your curls, everything, have it all organized. That way, when the client comes, you're all ready to go. You're not running around looking for products and, oh, what styles. Don't worry, I've made this mistake myself, because you know, sometimes that you forget what length that client wears or what style, so you tend to forget, or you don't know for sure exactly what the clients she might want to change, she might want to be longer or things like that. So have the majority of your sets ready. That way you'll have no issues of when the client does come. So have all your tools and materials organized and within easy to reach. That way, it reduces the time. Secondly, practice makes perfect as well. If you're a beginner and you're struggling with this, it's okay. I just want to let you know it is okay. And we all have struggled. We all have struggled, and we've all wanted to lash faster because why? Because we think we have to be at certain speed. There is no right and wrong. There is no speed limit. I don't know when or who came out with that speed limit, that it has to be done within a certain time frame. I don't believe it needs to be done at a certain time. So I really, really encourage you to not worry too much about how fast that person is doing down the road. Quality products, as you know already, with quality products as well, quality, expensive doesn't also always mean quality. You really need to test out the products yourself to see if they work, if they're sticking, or they actually adhere, they bond. Same with the glue, same with the adhesives. Check recommendations in the lash community does sometimes help. However, in the end, you still need to try those products yourself, because their needs could be different to your needs. Your lash room could be different as well to everyone else's lash room. So humidity, temperature, everyone's different. So what they're recommending, you still need to try out for yourself. So also optimize your workspace. Another tip, optimizing your workspace so it makes it easier for the environment, comfortable for both you and your clients as well. And your chair, make sure your chair is comfortable. Using pre-made fans. Pre-made fans has helped. So in my group training, what I do teach is I teach students how to use pre-made fans, as well as how to make their own fans. Because I believe as a beginner, as a student that just came out from a lash course, it's going to take you a little bit longer to practice fan making. So while they're practicing hand making, they can still, make money. They can start off their career by using pre-made fans, and while they're doing that, they can start practicing on their own clients, making their own fans, and that's how you can improve your skills and technique. A really good, time yourself. So I want you to keep a tracker. So if you need a tracker, let me know. I'll send you a tracker where you can track how long it's taking you per set. So have the set every laid out perfectly every single time. And what I want you to do is I want you to think of how everything is laid out. Time yourself as soon as you start on the client. Time yourself using the tips that I've given you, like section in 30 minutes, putting the timer, all of that as well. Section it out and time yourself. And then every single time I want you to shorten it by 10 minutes. So if you're doing a set in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 1 hour, and you want to improve that speed, shorten it by 10 minutes. So put your timer for 10 minutes and keep a tracker to see if you made any improvements. That's one way to push yourself and make sure that you're hitting your goals. Like I said, again, with client preparation and continuous education, all of these tips are just something I'm sure that most of you do know already, but I really want to stress out the importance of, even though I'm sharing these tips of lashing faster, but I really don't want you to be compromising the quality. So, sectioning your lash, using a timer, using the same lash length on one side and any other areas in the mapping. Any of these tips will help you improve and lash faster. but in the end, it's still, I don't want you to be compromising your quality just to lash faster, because in the end, clients have paid for that hour anyway. Clients have paid you for the service, and you're obliged to provide that service to them at a good, high quality. That's just my belief. That's just, I don't know, or maybe I'm old school or something, but I do believe in providing quality over quantity. When I was working in salons, in nail salons, I was never a fan of doing 30-minute full sets. You know, I had to because I was working for other people, and doing a full set, a soak off and a full set within 1 hour. That was in 45 minutes to 1 hour. That was, you know, quite fast. And that's including nail polish as well. Nail polish. So in 1 hour, I was never a fan of it because I just feel I'm being rushed. I love my artwork. I love my creativity. So I love working, doing the best that I can and making sure that I provide the best quality for my clients. So I know it's just me. Anyway, again, remind you, if you have not joined the 30 Tips in 30 Days challenge, it's happening right now inside the Facebook group, Lash Tech Tips. You search that up and you can join in Lash Tech Tips, and I'll see you in there for the rest of the month, tips. And if not, I will see you next month for for Let's Talk Beauty live training, first Friday of every month. I will see you then. Until then, I'll talk to you then. Take care and have a nice weekend. Bye.